artwithy.com.
Hey guys, I'm Whitney Ullman here inside of the Wentworth Gallery at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, and I'm with the one and only Michael Cartellone, and we are standing in front of his Pixelism art.
We are.
Isn't this super cool? Can you tell us about the inspiration behind Pixelism?
Well, I will tell you that, and I will make this as brief as I can. When I was in 7th grade, I saw a painting by Salvador Dali that had kind of an optic illusion to it. And the more you moved away from it, the more your eyes focused and something then came into your vision. And then years later, I was sitting at my computer and I was waiting for something to load, and the signal was kind of weak, so the image was pixelated. And it triggered the memory of that painting of Salvador Dali. And I thought, you know, it might be fun to try and do some fine art that looks pixelated, because people have gotten used to seeing things pixelated. And that's how the idea just came to be, and the very first thing I did was the painting of Big Boy, which is right behind us.
Okay.
The guy holding up the hamburger.
That is so cool. What do people have to do? They have to really focus in on it? Like, what's the strategy?
The further away you get, the easier it is to see these. You can maybe squint your eyes a little bit, and that will help smooth out the blocks. I will tell you, for the people that are going to watch it on the camera itself works at a slower frames per second than the human eye. The camera kind of slows it down. So half the fun of these is the mystery of what is it until your eyes can focus. And I will tell you that I've made some of these harder to see than others. It kind of depends on the size of the blocks. If you look at the blocks behind you there, the red and blue one, those are very big blocks. That one you need to be kind of in the next county to be able to figure it out.
So how do you do it, though? I mean, do you visualize it in your head and then you know how to map it out, or do you map it out ahead of time and then put it into paint?
It's a little of both.
Okay.
I do begin with an actual photograph. And in the instance of the Big Boy one, because this is the first one I did, I have one of those statues in our apartment in New York City. So I took a photograph of the Big Boy statue. I then just drew a grid with a pencil over the top of it, just so I could guesstimate where the areas of color needed to be. And then, one block at a time, starting in the upper left corner, I would just start painting individual blocks, and I would move left to right.
Wow.
A lot of this is trial and error.
Yeah.
It's very organic because I'm working with wet paint, one block at a time, drying it, and then moving on to the next block. So I'm constantly having to go back and redo colors because I back away and I look at it from a distance. And I let my eyes focus to see if it's correct.
Talk to us about being in Atlantic City. I mean, you're here at the Wentworth Gallery. What does it mean to you to have your art here?
It's very exciting to be here. This location is only 5 months old. And although I've been with the Wentworth Gallery chain for 10 years now, this is my first showing in this area.
So cool.
I should tell you that my other job, which is playing drums in Lynyrd Skynyrd, tied in nicely to this weekend, because last night we played at Boardwalk Hall. And the fact that we were able to kind of piggyback the two events, the band concert last night, the art show here this afternoon.
Yeah.
So it's a big Atlantic City music and arts weekend. You know, what I can tell you is that the band has played Lynyrd Skynyrd has played Atlantic City many, many times in my 20 years. I love coming down here.
Yeah. What do you love about Atlantic City? Do you like going to the boardwalk? Do you have a favorite food, a favorite restaurant?
Saltwater taffy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so great.
Of course.
Okay.
I have some in my gym bag right now.
Do you have a certain flavor you like?
I like banana, strawberry, and vanilla.
So tell me about this Pats and Geno's. What's going on here?
Yes. So last summer, maybe a little longer than that, I did a Wentworth Gallery show in King of Prussia. And I thought it would be fun to paint the Pats and the Geno's, knowing that they're both very famous landmarks in Philadelphia. Also knowing that there's a bit of controversy of who likes which one more. And I thought, okay, so the best way to do that is just to paint both signs, which I did. And we had those in the show at King of Prussia, which was really fun to see the way people would gravitate towards one the other. And there's no way I'm going to tell you which one.
I was going to just say, which one was better?
I will not do that on camera.
Okay. Wow.
I have my favorite, but I
you don't.
I won't
Can't
say
you
that
tell
either.
us? Oh, fine. Is it Pat's or Gino's, or is it someone else?
Well, you know, I've always liked. Okay, I guess I am going on record now. I've always liked both, and I've always gone to both. But someone just told me about Jim's, which I just tried for the first time a few days ago, and it was wonderful. So there's no shortage of good cheesesteaks in that
You
town.
can find a lot of that in Philly, that's for sure.
Yes.
Talk to us about yourself. Do you have any fun hidden talents?
No.
Okay. That's okay.
Drumming and painting, and it's definitely not hidden.
Okay. One more question. If you could trade places with a celebrity for a day, who would it be and why?
It'd be you.
Oh, stop. Oh, gosh, please. You would not want
Because
a day in
of
my
the
life.
shoes.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I wish you can. I'll put them
really
on the
cool
screen so you
shoes
can
and-
see them. Yeah, you know. I like the spiky, snake skinny look. That's awesome. Well, Michael, thank you so much for being here in
Thank
Atlantic
you.
City. I really, really appreciate your time.
Thank you. So this Pixelism painting that I'm standing in front of is the newest one. I just completed this about a month ago. It's very obvious what it is. It is the most famous painting in the world, arguably. But I will tell you that when I decided to do a Pixelism of Mona Lisa, I knew that there was going to be no room for error in it because it's such an iconic visual that's really burned into everyone's brain. My wife and I have been to the Louvre a few times, so I've made sure to do my research for this painting to know what the colors needed to represent. Now granted, when I'm doing these paintings, because the Pixelism doesn't really enable me to get so detailed, the colors have to be specific to kind of